As a beginner or a Swiss cheese guy, there's a large majority of bass players who default to a major scale fingering that tends to keep them in one position. That's cool, but there will come a time where you'll need to shift your reference point across the fingerboard. Because a lot of bass players don't actually know the notes that are under their fingers, learning this can prove to be a bit challenging. But you're in luck because that's what we're doing today, taking an old familiar sound and then mapping it across the fingerboard in a new way. Now stay with me. Now, I'm not going to go into how to construct a major scale in this lesson, as I'm assuming that you already know how to do this. But if you don't, then what I want you to do is click over here, watch this beginner major scale lesson first. If we look at the bass guitar, we can divide it up by looking at it like this. One group of 5 strings, 2 groups of 4 strings, 3 groups of 3 strings, 4 groups of 2 strings, or 5 groups of 1 string. If you have a 4-string bass, then it'll be 1 group of 4 strings, 2 groups of 3 strings, 3 groups of 2 strings, and 4 groups of 1 string. Now, I'm not going to go through all these possibilities today, but if you want to check out this concept further, then you've got to get my sight reading book where I cover all these concepts in great details. Today, what I'm going to focus on is playing major scales in 2-string pairs. This is great for all levels wanting to improve technique, note recognition, spatial awareness, key recognition, fingering possibilities, and shifting. Check out how this exercise is played in real time, then I'll be back for the breakdown. Okay, so what am I doing here? Well, what I'm doing is I'm taking a 2-string pair consisting of the A string and the D string, and then I'm constructing major scales just consisting of those 2 strings, and then moving up chromatically. I'm going to ascend and then descend back down the fingerboard, and in the process, I'll be playing every key. So let me give you an example here, starting in the key of B flat major. Go to B major. Now C major. Now, the initial thing you want to see is the shifting point between the 3rd and the 4th. So I'm starting here on B flat. I go root, 2nd, 3rd, and then I go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So from where my finger is on that B flat to the E flat is the interval of a perfect 4th. And that's really important to understand. I need to know where I'm going. So in order to do this, you need to know the name of the notes. And this is how you create the depth of field for any subject that you're working on, is understanding the name of the notes, the note function, what key you're in, what the rhythms are. the note lengths. You could go on and on and on and still create great depth of what you're trying to learn. Just by learning the pattern is not going to be enough. And because you're moving up and down chromatically, you're going to trip up and make loads of mistakes by not knowing the notes. So if I do an example where I'm just naming the notes, it's going to go like this: B flat, C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B flat. In B, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. C, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now, what I also want to do is do the note functions, because even though they're going to be the same for every key, it gets me used to understanding the relationship of what these notes actually represent as far as the actual key. So what happens, what I'm going to also do is add a little bit more resistance by doing transitions, so there's no gaps between the keys. So I'll go root, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root, root, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root, root, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, root. So you can see how we're just continually developing this depth in just a simple idea of playing a major scale. This is where it's going to really make a difference with your technique, with your note familiarization, your spatial awareness between your fingers, all those points, your technique, all of these things come into play when you start adding depth to what you do. Another thing I can do is start adding rhythm to what I do, or be aware of the rhythm. I'm already playing a rhythm, but I need to be aware of what that rhythm is. So in this case, I'm playing eighth notes. So I want to go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and... When you push that forwards, then you need to understand, well, how many bars am I playing? So if I'm playing in 12 keys, well, that's going to be 12 bars. If I go up the fretboard in 12 keys and then back down the fretboard in 12 keys, it's 24 bars. This is like, it keeps going on and on. Most people, when they play exercises, they go, I'm going to start here and end here, and they have no idea what they're actually doing. They don't know what all those component parts are. And this is where you can really change your understanding of the instrument exponentially. So I really want you to work on that. Now, when you start going back down, it kind of changes from there. Okay, when I start to descend with this exercise, what happens is I'm all the way up here to the key of A. I'm going root, 7, 6, 5, 4. Then I'm shifting down to the 3, 3, 2, 1. And then I continue going down chromatically from A flat, root, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Again, I need to know the names of those notes. A, G sharp, F sharp, E, D, C sharp, B, A. Go to A flat, G, F, E flat, D flat, C, B flat, A flat. This is the way forward when learning this kind of stuff. It's going to really open up a new avenue of just an old familiar sound. So you know what to do now. Now what you want to do is go get it. There will be many who watch this video today and think, oh, I already know this. But the truth is that there's many bass players out there who have learned their instrument to be able to function up to a specific degree, but in that process have missed vital key elements with the basics of music. There's an old boxing saying that goes, what's the difference between an amateur and a professional boxer? And the answer is, the professional is the one who really knows the basics. Until next time, practice smart, work hard, and play creatively.